Welcome to our training video on ethics in the workplace. My name is Georgia and I'm our company's Chief Human Resources Manager. In this segment, we will be discussing accounting fraud. We will explain what accounting fraud is, show some scenarios of how it may occur, and finally, how to behave according to our guiding values and principles. As an employee at this firm, there are certain codes of conduct that we expect you to follow in order to ensure that every person behaves professionally. We will show instances of accounting fraud in action and what should be done differently to resolve this issue. Our characters in this video include Madison, our dependable financial analyst, Jack, our tough, results-oriented CFO, and myself as the HR manager. In our first scenario, we will see how the CFO acts against our ethical values and sets unattainable goals for the employees. How will this affect Madison?
Good morning, Madison. As you know, we have an upcoming meeting in a few months with some very important investors, but you may have noticed that our numbers aren't looking so great. You know, the last guy we laid off didn't comply with tweaking one simple thing on the balance sheet. In the end, it is your responsibility to make this company look good by that meeting. Please do whatever it takes to boost these numbers. Understood?
Yeah, I got it.
Good.
What should I do? Is my boss telling me that I have to alter the numbers on our financial sheets? Like, isn't that illegal? Would I be in trouble if somebody found out? But the boss himself told me to do it. So can I even go against his orders? Would I lose my job if I told somebody about this? I don't know what to do.
In this scenario, we have seen that those in a leadership role can use their authority unethically to pressure employees to skip over some aspects of the proper accounting procedure to meet unreasonable goals for the good of the company. This constitutes accounting fraud, which is the illegal alteration of a company's financial statements to manipulate its apparent success.
What will Madison do next? We will continue the scenario in which Madison goes through with the accounting fraud. What is her thought process? What are the potential consequences? Let's take a look.
If Jack is the chief financial officer, then I need to follow through with his orders. Every other manager probably thinks the same way too. Plus, I wouldn't want to risk losing my job if I don't follow through with his directions. Besides, one small tweak shouldn't be too bad, right? All right, I need to add some in here. Add a 0 here. And then add a 0 here. Perfect. Looks better.
Unfortunately, Madison decides to commit fraud. Because of the pressure from her superiors and the lack of ethical leadership, Madison feels compelled to take whatever means necessary to save her job. Accounting fraud is illegal and has serious consequences. Those who perpetuate this crime may face jail time, and consequently, the company will lose its reputation and trust of its stakeholders. Ultimately, participating in fraud is always unethical. How should Madison resolve this issue? Let's revisit the dilemma and see what changes she implemented into her ethical thinking.
Good morning, Madison. As you know, we have an upcoming meeting in a few months with some very important investors, but you may have noticed that our numbers aren't looking so great. You know, the last guy we laid off didn't comply with tweaking one simple thing on the balance sheet. In the end, it is your responsibility to make this company look good by that meeting. Please do whatever it takes to boost these numbers. Understood?
Yeah, I got it.
Good.
What Jack is asking of me isn't right nor ethical. I understand that financial performance is really important to our company, but cheating our way about it is not the right thing to do. If we were to alter our numbers, we'd be lying to our stakeholders in favor of our short-term gains. If our future investors were to find out about this, we'd be out of business. And not to mention, tweaking the numbers on the balance sheet is illegal too. I believe I have to uphold my company's ethical values in this situation, and I know for a fact we have anti-retaliation and ethics hotlines in place for this. I'm gonna take this to the HR department.
have a seat.
Hi, I was told I could speak with you about a dilemma I'm facing.
Yeah, come on in, take a seat.
Thank you so much.
Of course, how are you? What would you like to discuss today?
So I'm having this issue with our CFO.
Really? Tell me more.
What Madison did was right because she refused to act unethically. Unethical leaders may order the employees to act however they want to ensure financial success. This can lead to employees resorting to illegal reporting activities due to the pressure from superiors, which potentially puts the company at risk. Other leaders threaten punishing workers who are unable to meet unreasonable goals. Madison prioritized the company's ethical values when faced with the dilemma. In the end, the unethical leaders faced punishment and the employees received consistent ethics training.
A great strategy when implementing ethical accounting practices is to take an active role and seek out and correct unethical behaviors as early as possible. Make sure you are reading company policies and asking questions when you are faced with doubts. Have your books checked regularly by an external auditor to detect fraud, and remember that we are all leaders in the workplace and we should all lead by example.
In this training video, we discussed accounting fraud and how it originates in the workplace. Employees can feel pressured to engage in fraudulent activities due to pressure from top management.
When communication is vague, aggressive, or threatening, employees are more likely to resort to illegal practices in order to manipulate a company's financial success. When ethical values are practiced from the top all the way to the bottom, unethical behavior will diminish. To ensure ethical accounting practices, it is important to establish internal controls, external oversight, segregation of duties, as well as ethics audits. We hope that in this video, you learned what accounting fraud is, how it occurs, and how to behave ethically according to your company's values and principles.
Now we will be concluding with a short quiz to verify your understanding of the presented ethics material.
Welcome to our quiz. Question 1. Why was Jack's behavior a poor example of ethical leadership? Is it A, he was not aggressive enough? B, he encouraged Madison to take any means necessary to achieve an end? C, he prioritized financial short-term success over upholding ethical practices? Or D, both B and C? We'll give you some time to think about your answer. If you picked D, you're correct. The correct answer is D, both B and C. Jack's behavior certainly pressured Madison to do whatever it took to manipulate the company's financial performance, and in doing so, he set aside the ethical practices all employees should follow.
Now time for question 2. What could the company do differently to prevent issues like accounting fraud from occurring again? Is it A, segregate the financial duties, B, implement an ethics audit program, C, institute external oversight and internal controls, or D, all of the above? We'll give you some time to think about it. The correct answer is D, all of the above. By incorporating the listed procedures into the company's routine, there is less opportunity for fraud to take place. Also, employees will feel more connected to the company's ethical standards.
Question 3. Why is it important for top management to set the tone for ethical behavior? Is it option A, because top management gets paid more? B, top management can obtain more financial incentives? C, the example from top management trickles down to lower employees? Or D, because top management has the only say in business decisions? We'll give you some time to think about it. The correct answer is C. The example from top management trickles down to lower employees. If top management is acting according to the firm's ethical standards and values, it is more likely that the employees will also adopt the ethical culture and behave professionally.
And with that, we conclude our ethics training material. We hope this training video and quiz have solidified your understanding of accounting fraud and how to behave ethically in the workplace. We look forward to having you on our team.